This ain't advice. I'm not your advisor. And as they say in the biz, slap that subscribe button. We're only about 100,000 away from 1 million. We're almost there. Welcome to today's episode. Going to the mailbag. Let's check out the question. Money market versus savings account. Love these questions. Your husband and you have been putting your savings into a bank savings account. You have a local credit union. You didn't really research your options when you opened the account. It wasn't that big of a deal. You didn't have much in savings. Now you have $20K in the account. You want to do more to make the most of your savings. You realize the best APY is going to be with online banking, but you're not sure the difference between money market accounts and high yield savings accounts. Not opposed to a CD either. Too long didn't read. What's the best way to make money back on savings without doing investments? All right, so generally speaking, there's not really a difference. You put money in a savings account, the bank's going to go out. Well, they might lend it, but they might also be buying commercial paper, money market type stuff, and passing you through whatever the rate is. That wouldn't be a surprise. So there's not a real difference. They're both extraordinarily safe for individual investors. You know, the value is going to stay where it is. The savings account, you got FDIC insurance. Money market fund, you probably also have FDIC insurance. Depends on exactly how it's set up. But it's extraordinarily safe. Extraordinarily safe. So really the only difference is the rate, how often you can draw on it, the availability. You're right that the highest yields are going to come from online banking. And online banking yields are almost always promotional rates meant to bring people in, and then the rates sink back down. So if you're, if you're willing to put in the effort, then you could switch online banks every 3 or 4 months and always have the very tippy top rate. In my experience, that's probably worth an extra 0.1% a year, maybe 0.25% a year for being really, really optimistic on the yield. So, do the math, 0.25. Well, let me pull up the calculator for you. All right, so if you had $30,000 in a savings account and you made an extra 25 basis points, there's a basis point right here, then you'd end up with an extra $75. Not so much. Probably not worth the time for most people. You have $20K in the account, and went with 30, whatever. I would say pick a bank that you want to use, or if you already have an investment account, a brokerage account somewhere, if you use Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, then you can just do what's called a purchase money market fund, or I think Vanguard's actually still got a sweep fund where you don't have to do anything. But they yield really close to what these savings accounts are yielding. And here, I'll pull up a couple of them for you so we can take a look. All right, here's Charles Schwab. I like Charles Schwab. I use Charles Schwab. My personal emergency fund is in SWVXX. It's yielding 1.31% as of yesterday. And if you got $1 million, you can get 1.46. Let's look at Vanguard real quick. Vanguard. So I don't think this one's a sweep fund. I think you got to buy this one, although I do think they have a sweep one somewhere. I think I remember that. This is VMMXX. And you got to put at least 3,000 in it, but you got plenty of that. And let's see, this has a 3-day yield at 153, or the 7-day yield, at 153. And I wonder if they're just lagging a little bit. Usually they're almost exactly the same number, but yeah, you can see how close they are. Almost no difference. So me personally, I like to keep everything simple. I don't use any bank accounts. I just use my brokerage accounts at Charles Schwab. They got checking. They got everything you need. Vanguard, Fidelity, just as good. Probably don't use Robinhood because I heard they go down. But otherwise, yeah, there's no difference. I wouldn't go around APY hunting. That doesn't seem like fun to me. And then CDs are kind of a whole different beast. CDs are a whole different beast. You're locking up the money. There's very little liquidity. You're probably giving up all the interest if you want to get it early. I mean, if it's a better yield and you're definitely not going to touch it, go for it. But I wouldn't tell you to do it.